Alright, so something a bit odd got announced from Dana White last night, and I'm sure all of you have heard it by now. I heard about the rumors and everything. I kind of knew this was going to be happening, but to see it get officially announced, I was still just kind of like, what is going on? Because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, I'm sure all of you know by now, if you're a UFC fan, if you're an MMA fan, you've heard by now, Merab Dvalishvili is fighting Sean O'Malley again. I don't know why. It does like first impressions. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Their first fight was only recent enough, and it's not like it was a close fight. Like it was fairly one sided to Marab, and Sean O'Malley hasn't really done anything to deserve an instant rematch. So look, I don't know what the boys in UFC are doing. I don't know what Dana White was thinking, but I don't think the fans want this fight. I don't know who asked for this fight. I think Dana White is just trying to push Sean O'Malley to be a star like Conor McGregor was because, let's face it, they don't really have a star in the UFC right now. They don't have a face of the UFC. Alex Pereira was their closest thing to that, but he just lost to Magomed Ankalaev. So I think they're struggling. I think they need a new face of the UFC, and they want it to be Sean O'Malley bad, but just face it, lads. It's not fucking him. Like it's just not him. It's not happening. And this just isn't a fight I don't think a lot of fans are excited to see. I know the casuals will be like, yeah, Sean O'Malley, rainbow hair, fuck yeah. But realistically, real MMA fans, real UFC fans are looking at this fight being like, right, well, it's a bit fucking shit, isn't it? Like, it's, look, I don't know. I'm not sure why out of all people they chose this fella. Because, look, let's be real, I'm a Sean O'Malley fan to start off. But I don't know why they would pick him over someone like Piotr Yan, he's improved a lot over the last few years. He's a former champion, and I feel like he deserves that title shot. He deserves the chance to get his belt back. Or someone like, I actually prefer this fight personally, Alessandro Pantoja. And I think that's a great fight. I don't think people are talking about it enough. I think it has potential to be an absolute banger. So personally, I think that's the fight to make. But look, we'll go over what Sean O'Malley has done in the UFC, his big career moments to earn him this title shot. He defeated Aljamain Sterling by TKO for the title. Impressive victory. Dominant champion. He beat him. Then he lost it. That's it. That's all he's done. That's fucking it. Why would you give him a title shot? It doesn't make fucking sense. And we have this handsome man over here, Pure Yan. Fucking love the fella. He lost to Marab. Pretty sure it was 50-45. It was a dominant performance from Merab Dvalishvili, but it was a few years ago. It was before the O'Malley fight. But then after, he had a little layoff, and then he beat Song Yadong while injuring his groin and tore his ACL. Now, I don't know about you lads, but defeating a big Asian boxer fucker while tearing your groin and tearing your ACL in the same fight, that don't sound like too much of an easy task. So I think he deserves mad credit for that. And then after, in what I thought was a number one contender fight, he beat former flyweight champion Davison Figueiredo in a 5 round war. And Figueiredo wasn't just a former flyweight champion, he moved up to bantamweight and he was doing very good. He knocked down Chito Vera. He was the first man in history to knock down Chito Vera, who didn't get knocked down from O'Malley's lethal knee to the chin. So, like, he was doing great, and Piotr Yan beat him in an absolute banger of a fight. I thought whoever won that fight was getting a title shot, whether it was Figueiredo or Yan. But then they turned around and give it to O'Malley again, and I was like, well, what the fuck? And we have Alessandro Pantoja. Now, if it was pure Yan, I would have been happy with that. I would have been happy with that fight. But I would have been buzzing to see Pantoja versus Marab. And this is a super fight people are talking about. Champion versus champion. Like, he's the flyweight champion. He's on a 7 fight win streak. He's defended his belt 3 times now, and there's not much more competition at flyweight for him. He's beat what is like 7 out of the top 10 contenders in his division. Um, I'm pretty sure he's fighting Kai Kara France next, which I am excited for that fight. In fairness, and I believe Manel Cap and Brandon Royval should be rescheduled, and he could fight one of them. I know there is still people for him to fight, but he's beaten nearly all of them, and I feel like He's not only a dominant champion, but he's an exciting champion. People call Pantoja boring, which just blows my fucking mind. Like, that makes no sense. It's stupid because he comes out there, guns blazing. In his last fight against Kaya Sakura, who's a lethal striker, Pantoja comes in, fucking swinging, jaw in the air, swinging to take his fucking head off, and I respect it about him. I could actually think about the Steve Ercik fight, I think I'm thinking of, who's also a lethal boxer. Like, he just doesn't give a fuck. He's coming there to take her head off. He fights like a contender, even though he's the champion, he's done defending the belt. So I think he deserves mad respect for that, and I feel like he deserves the shot to become a double champion. And him versus Merab, I do think Merab would win, but I'd still love to see it. It could even be a fight of the year contender, who knows? But no, they're giving it to O'Malley. I'm not really sure what they were thinking. I think a lot of people agree with me on this. I don't think this is like a hot take or anything that he shouldn't be getting the title shot. And I do love O'Malley. He's exciting to watch. He's fun to watch. He's an amazing striker. But I just don't see him getting that belt back, not anytime soon anyway. And to be fair, he hasn't been on social media a lot recently, as much as he usually is anyway. Maybe he's just locked the fuck in and he's training over in Dagestan with fucking Khabib, you never know. But by the looks of it, what I think is going to happen, it's same as last time pretty much. Marab's going to dominate him. I'm like 70-30, like 70% sure that Marab's going to win. I'm not going to completely count O'Malley out, but I will do that. Like, I just don't see it happening. Their last fight was so recent, and it's not like it was a close fight that could have gone either way. I know O'Malley was coming out saying after that he won that fight, which is just a bit delusional, I think. And this is coming from a fan of O'Malley. Um, so yeah, look, I'm not really sure what he was thinking. I know he did have some success at the end of their fight, but overall it was just all Merab. And I think it's going to be the same again, if not even more dominant than the last time, to be honest, because Merab's getting better too. Like, his last performance against Umar Nurmagomedov was fucking beautiful. And I actually thought Umar was going to win that fight. But, like, Merab's cardio is just, he's like a little fucking machine. Like, his nickname makes so much sense, the machine. Like, he's just a little ball of Georgian fucking machinery. Like, look at that motherfucker. But overall, I think this fight is going to be same as last time, just dominance from Merab Dvalishvili. I'm assuming O'Malley has been working on his takedown defense and his wrestling, but I just don't see it happening for him. Merab's just like, he's a force to be reckoned with. He's just dominant on the ground. He's an amazing wrestler, and his cardio is just unmatched. Honestly, I think it's the best cardio we've seen in UFC history, or at least recent UFC history. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone who had better cardio than Merab. It's just insane because if you look at the Umar fight, it's so much more than people realize because the Nurmagomedovs down in Dagestan, they train hard as fuck. So I don't think they have bad cardio per se, but Merab made him gas the fuck out. Like, I couldn't believe it. And in Umar's last fight to get the title shot against Corey Sandhagen, he didn't gas out. It was a 5 round fight and he didn't gas out. He did very well in that fight. So to see him gas out like that against Merab, it just shows the pressure Merab applies to his opponents, and he just does it so well, just flawlessly, effortlessly. He makes it look easy, which is insane to do to an undefeated Nurmagomedov. And don't get me wrong, I know Sean O'Malley has good striking. I'm not fully counting him out. He could knock him out. I don't think he's knocking out Merab, to be honest. But to be fair, the only way you can win against Merab is by knocking him out. I think he has been wobbled a few times, by the likes of Henry Cejudo. And he did get some bad body shots near the end of the fight against O'Malley, to be fair. So I'm assuming O'Malley's going to work on those body shots, that teep kick. He's going to start working on that a bit earlier than before. But Merab's also probably going to be ready for that. And the only way you're going to beat Merab is if you knock his fucking lights out. You're not going to beat Merab by decision. I just don't see it happening. I don't think it's humanly fucking possible at this point, to be honest. Like, send Godzilla in there. Merab will fucking 50-45 the Godzilla no bother, like, you know. But yeah, overall, I think Merab's just going to kiss him again. Maybe with a bit of tongue this time. Might like spice it up a bit. Just like show that he's upped his levels to this game. Like lick his fucking shoulder or something like that. I don't know. It's just Merab shit. He's gonna do some Merab shit. He's gonna be dominating him, maybe even more than the last fight. and he's just gonna troll him, man. He's gonna be doing little Georgian fucking dances, and he's gonna be jumping around the place like a little fucking meatball. I don't know. But yeah, like I don't know. I just don't know why they made this fight. No one's really excited for this fight, I don't think, other than maybe like hardcore casual O'Malley fans. But I don't know. It just seems a bit fucking stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Piotr Jan, if you're not gonna give Alessandro Pantoja the double champ opportunity, if you think he needs one or two more wins, fair enough. But just give it to Piotr Jan. I did hear someone on a podcast saying, I don't remember who it was now, but I heard them saying they should have gave it to Sandhagen. Why the fuck would you give it to Sandhagen? Isn't he on like a 2-fight losing streak or something? He's fighting, I know he's fighting Figueiredo now, soon enough anyway, but why the fuck would you give it to Sandhagen? I'm not sure if he's on a 2-fight losing streak, but he's going off loss to Umar anyway. I don't understand why you would give someone coming off a loss a title shot. That made no sense to me. And coming from someone who fucking loves Sandhagen, that just made zero sense to me. But look, it is what it is. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want Tony Ferguson to be champion. If I get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, Tony Ferguson will be the first triple champion of the UFC. Mark my words. If I'm wrong, uh, I don't know. Kill yourself. Bye.